Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese and welcome back to our Twilight Forest Let's Play adventure, where today I'd love to be mining away down in the mines, but you know what has come to my attention? It's a little bit irritating having to constantly empty stuff out of our inventory, store stuff in, and then remove stuff from our pouch. All of that is just a real nuisance, and gosh darn it, I'm about ready to come up with a better solution. In fact, I am ready, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, you might be wondering how we're going to accomplish this. It's actually quite simple, and in fact, I think we might have even done it in the actual Tekkit world, to which we will someday return, either through this portal down here, after throwing another diamond in it. Where is it these days? I think it's like right here next to the dogs, possibly. You can't really see it anymore, because we've extended the platform. We'll either pass through there, or maybe a different one, because that's going to drop us right into the middle of some heat if we just jump through there, but this is a very simple method that does not involve shards in any way, fashion, or form, okay? This is all about the ender pouches, and we're not talking about the stock situation here. We're talking about what you can do when you combine an ender pouch with an ender chest from the ender storage mod. You can have these linked together, and then what we can do, and this is the clever part, is we can dump stuff into here, and then have this with a hopper on it to automatically empty into a larger chest, and then that way, when we're out and about in the world, we won't even have to worry about it, okay? We can just dump stuff in here as we go through different, like the Minotaur strongholds, or mazes, if you will, if we ever decide to return to those, labyrinths even, if you have proclivity for such things. When we return eventually to the dark and scary part of the forest to fight the goblins, you know, we can just dump stuff in here. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. The only catch is the ingredients are a little bit particular. Okay, we're going to need to have ender pearls, and we can make those with iron. Leather, we can come by. White wool, we've got plenty. The real issue here is going to be the blaze powder. Now, we've made blaze powder before by putting blocks of redstone into a collector, and I'm reckoning that's what we're going to end up having to do again. Now, it's quite expensive, though, that recipe. Blocks of redstone. This is already in the middle of doing something here. Are these becoming these? Wait, blocks of redstone, are those producing these? Is that what's happening? What's actually happening? Let's see if we can suss out what's going on here. This is either going to go to 11, or this is going to go to 54. 53, okay. Well, all we have to do then is take this out, and then let the process go in reverse. And it's going to take a long time, right? Like, you can see how slowly it's ticking down. And effectively, what we're waiting on here is for it to have enough energy to make up the difference between a block of redstone and a blaze powder. Now, there are some other options, none of which are really useful to us, though, is the real problem. Although we do have the Alchemy Table now, but I'm not quite sure how that works. We need to get into the Project EX nonsense here in the future. For now, we do have a blaze powder, and what we might end up doing is making more of this. Really, that's not a whole lot of diamonds. 9 diamonds? Do we have that many? We could. I did a lot of mining. I actually don't know. This isn't the setup. I have 51 diamonds. I didn't realize I had that many diamonds. We might go ahead and just make like a few of these then. Okay, so we actually can't make that many of them because we don't, we don't even have enough glowstone. But glowstone isn't something that is going to be super challenging for us to acquire. All we need is gunpowder inside, yet again, of a collector. Some of you might be seeing the issue here. I mean, I know of some places we could potentially get more glowstone. In fact, eventually we're going to be getting some from the quarry. Is the quarry running? We've not checked on it in a while. We should probably go do that. We have all of these down here now, too. We have, like, 54 of those. And so what we can do is we can turn those, not like that, but like this, into them. And actually, we could do that again, but even more of them. There we go. Come here there, little one. And, yep, this operation has completely halted. Probably because I got really distracted for a while there and just wasn't keeping up with, you know, my responsibilities to this thing. But, let's see. These should keep it running for a little while. Not a long time, mind you, but for a little while. And, in the meantime, we can probably go down there and manually collect some of the glowstone, because it has glowstone just naturally occurring inside the cave. Well, I say that. Naturally occurring from the perspective of the mod pack, not necessarily that the glowstone naturally occurs in this biome. That's probably, or in the world even. Actually, that does make me wonder, canonically, did someone put the glowstone in here, do you think? Like, were the goblins responsible for it? And if so, how did they get it here? Because surely that spawns naturally in the nether. So how did they manage to transport it? Or maybe it doesn't, but no, it has to, because there's a lot of lore questions regarding Minecraft that I don't think anyone really knows the answer to. I think Notch himself just did what he thought was cool. And I respect that. Alright, you Thunderhoofs wannabe, get me home. So with that new collection there, we have enough to create a whole 1 energy collector MK1. How exciting is that? We'll plop it down next to the first one. We now have 8 of these, so we're getting somewhere there. Let's go ahead and get some more glowstone. Sorry, redstone is what I meant to say. And we will make some additional redstone blocks. I could, and I'm aware of this, I could just go ahead and we could get the Transmutation Table. And that would solve all of our woes and worries. But we're not going to do that. Eventually we will, but not right now. So we actually do need blaze rods. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll have to build a compressor then. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of other... I don't know what an alchemy table is. Or how one goes about using it. Stone transmutation table, eh? And then you use that along with some torches and sticks and covalence dust. Shall we dabble in the forbidden magics that are, strictly speaking, forbidden exclusively by me? I am the one who made the decision to forbid them, no one else. It's entirely on me that these things are forbidden. You would think that we could just put the 3 of them together and we would get a rod. But no, that is in fact not how this works. I don't know what kind of weird... I was going to say rabbit hole, but I don't think that's a thing that you say. Can of worms? What kind of weird rabbit hole are we getting ourselves into is this the sentence that I was about to formulate, and gosh darn it, I don't know, maybe we roll with it. Let's go down the rabbit hole even. So I've got regular stone here, which I assume is what we need. With the Philosopher's Stone, no. It did mention, like, okay, stone bricks will work then. I was going to say I saw cracked stone, but I couldn't believe even for a moment that it would need to be cracked stone. That seemed preposterous. Let's put this thing down and see what it's like. Oh. So this is like the original transmutation table from eons back in the Elder Days. It's got the circle and everything, although it looks like it kind of works the same. Can I... What is this? What 113.85 million, is that how many of them I can get? Wait a minute, this has all the memories of everything that I had in the... Wait, hold on a minute. Okay, can't get gem armor. I can get red matter. No, this is what I mean, though. This is the pathway that leads to destruction! It's too simple, it's too easy. We're not going to do it. We're going to break this thing right now, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to build the alchemy table. There it is. We'll plop it down somewhere. I don't know. We'll plop it down over here in this corner. There you go. And then we want to convert from blaze powder into blaze rods. How do I do it? What is the secrets here? Let's have a look at that recipe again. So uses, and obviously that's not correct. Here we go. So 6,912 EMC. Or 6,912 if you're so inclined. That'll give us blaze rods. How do I put EMC into it? Do you reckon you just have to hook it up next to something like an energy... Hold on, maybe that's exactly what you do. Let's say you have an energy collector next door. Will it automatically export? First off, we don't need any more of this. We're good there, thank you. So yeah, that's rapidly dropping. And presumably going into here. Maybe? Okay, let's do this. I think what's happening here is that this is basically doing the same thing that these are, but with a slightly different interface. So if I put these... Why would you do that? What are you seeking to prove? So what we should see... These are both charging up, but if I put these in here, look at that. It's doing exactly what I thought it would do. It's absorbing the EMC from either side and pumping it into here, and eventually that will give us... Oh my gosh, we need 4 of them? And, well, we only require 4 of those, so I guess what we can do is we can leave just 4 in there, and we can just wait on that process to just slowly go. At this rate, mightn't it be faster to build a compressor and a generator? What goes into building a compressor? I know I built a lot of them in the overworld, but I don't have any memory off the top of my head of what I need. Just regular stone, a machine block, and an electronic circuit? Okay. Here's the situation, folks. All I gotta do is take some of this, take, let's say, 8 of those, right? And if I just toss them in here, along with a sprinkling of charcoal, that'll get us the refined iron that we need. So that's step 1 of getting to the compressor. This is just stone. We have that in our inventory at this exact moment. That's going to be the 8 of those. We might actually need 1 more. Hold on, because I'm pretty sure that this requires 1 as well. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to grab just another 8 of these. And another sprinkling of charcoal. And that way we'll have a bit extra. We'll see what happens, you know, first. What gets us there first? Is it going to be the magic? Or is it going to be the technology? This is just like Suburban Nights! Hello, I'm Brashiat Cub. I play Minecraft so you don't have to. I'm almost positive that at some point we manufactured a device that one might use to extract the sweet nutrients, there it is, right there, tree tap, from the rubber trees, which we do have quite the assortment of here. And for the longest time, it seemed like we may never need them, but here we are now, my friends. The moment has come at last. We are actually going to start doing techity things in the Twilight Forest. Some of you might be thinking, Reese, could you not simply go back and use that little transmutation table you built to get the rods that you need? I'm telling you right now, folks, alright? I understand that some of you don't have the mental fortitude and the moral fiber that I have, but I'm standing strong against those temptations, okay? We are not going to lead ourselves down that road. Maybe when we're back in the overworld, of course, but that, of course, when we're back in the overworld, things will be a little bit different, you see? While we're here, though, we suffer. We suffer long and we suffer hard. It's the way things are meant to be. But while we're here, no. While we're here, we suffer long, we suffer hard. That is the way of life, and we all just learn to deal with it. This goes in here, right? That's what you do? You cook up sticky resin in the furnace? Yeah. It sounds baffling, I'm sure, but enough time has passed since the Tekkit series, and when we've had to do these basic things. That series started in 2022, for crying out loud. We're closing up. We're probably past the 2nd anniversary of that series at this point. It might have even been 2021. No, surely not. Surely not. It could not have been 2021, unless it was, in which case I'm baffled, befuzzled, bemused, bewitched, bewildered. But one thing we definitely need is copper for copper cables. So I'm going to take 28 copper dust, toss that in there and let that get cooking up. It shouldn't combine with aluminum brass or iron or seared stone. That would be weird and confusing. I don't think that's going to happen. There we go. We have enough for 3 blocks and 1 ingot. So we'll get the ingot going. And then back here, we will get the blocks pouring. This is the sort of Minecraft that I think I love, right? Like, there have been times in my life where it's felt like I got to get episodes out so I can make the series. I got to get this episode done and then move on to the next episode. So doing these sort of fiddly things in Minecraft would drive me crazy. But I'm at a point now where this is almost like the millennial version of whittling. You know what I mean? I'm sitting on the porch and I'm making a letter opener. And do I need it? No. Am I going to sell it? No. Am I ever going to use it? No. But I'm making it and it'll look nice, and it's that, but it's Minecraft. I'm just having a good time right now. So we can use these to create some copper ingots proper, create some uninsulated copper cables, and the reason we're doing it like this is because we only really have the 4 rubber anyway, and there's no reason to do the 3 and then the ones to either side. Like, we're going to need more, though, because I think we need at least 6 to create this. Yeah, so we've got to go collect more. But for now, we got 5 of them ready to go. And I think we might have to fell some trees. It's that or we wait for these spots to regenerate. But I think we could just as easily maybe get some saplings, because I think, didn't we have more saplings for this than what we... Oh, yeah, let's just strip the sides. Look at that, there's another sapling. And so we'll plant that one over here. Oh, looky right here. I don't know if I just didn't get that one, or if it wasn't there, or I didn't see it. Like, there's one right there as well. How did I miss these? They're very obvious. Okay, so we've got another 6. This should grow soon enough. The spots that we've already harvested from should also grow back. Let's get upstairs and get this processed. This is still going, by the way, and it's very close to having completed 1, which is pretty exciting, I think. Meanwhile, over here, in our pursuit to build a compressor, gosh darn it, we're pretty close to having the Twilight Forest's first ever electronic circuit. Unless someone else has already done this in the Twilight Forest, in which case, bloody to them, they got there before me. In fact, I'm almost positive someone has probably had this idea before. It's definitely not all that original. Tech-It and the Twilight Forest? Please. There have been other mod packs that have had IC2 and the Twilight Forest. This is a weird amalgamation, though, that I'm pretty sure no one's ever done, but I can't say for sure. But there is the compressor, and we want to be careful where we put this down, because we don't have any of the tools necessary to relocate it if we need to. I'm going to say next to this tree, if we put the generator in the middle, we put that right there. Speaking of, we do have to generate power now to power this, and I'm thinking a basic bog standard generator is probably going to be the course that we take, and it's not that complicated. We are going to need... Oh my good gosh, is that supposed to look like that, or is that broken? An industrial belt? I think that might be what it's supposed to look like. I don't think the recipe is broken, but we need 10, and we're going to need another copper cable. I got 34 of the tin ore, and that's going to cook up very quickly, and again, shouldn't combine with anything, I don't think. It'll give us 7 blocks and 5 ingots worth. 2, 3, 4, that'll be the 5th. And it's going to take a while to get all of this out of here. We will also need to process that final piece of iron that has been sort of hanging out and trying to avoid its fate. Bless it. Now, previously, we did create several extra furnaces that we didn't end up using, so we've got that. We have the machine block, and then finally, we're going to need 1 last copper cable, which does necessitate the construction of another 6 bare cables. And when I say bare cables, I don't mean that they are going to knock over your trash can in the middle of the night, although that would be weird. That would be a weird cable. I don't know why that would exist, okay? It's a different bear. Re-battery, furnace, and machine block will give us a generator. Aeternalis fuel was the first thing I saw, but since we don't have a bat box to store energy in, that seems like it would be a little bit of a waste. What I think we will end up doing is creating the tiny charcoal, and then that'll go until this is charged, and then no more. Although it's also going to fill this up. Then this will start to fill up. That's great. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but that's great. That's going. This is still not quite there. We might actually still beat it. So, beat it. Get 3 blaze rod and defeat it. Or, I don't know. Just stick that in there and we'll see what happens. Was it 3 of them? Was that what we were supposed to do? That's correct. Look at it go. This is interesting. It's running out of them, and then it stops, and then it starts again. But it's 1-to-1, so it should be okay. I think this is going to be it. We're going to have to grab it and run all the way back over there before the timer runs out. There we go. We got our blaze rod. And the timer, of course, is the... Oh yeah, we beat it. There is a problem, though. Each rod, using that method, requires 3 blaze powder, Whereas this, to my understanding, only requires 1, and it makes up the difference using EMC gathered from the collectors, the MK1 collectors. MK3 collectors would likely be better for this, but we can't make those right now. We're not quite in a position to do that at the moment. I am patiently waiting here for this. That'll give us 2. And then we've got 6, and that'll give us the other 2. But then also keep in mind we need 4 for the ender pouch. So we need both. The pouch and the chest are required for this. We need both to make this happen. So what we might have to do is turn to today's executive producer, Jake Yates, and ask them for help. Oh wait, no, that's not how this works. They support over on the Patreon, patreon.howdyfolks.net. Link in the description if you'd care to join them. Go over to the Discard. Go over to the Discord and let me know what you would do here. But there we go. We got a blaze rod. That's one of them. So we only really need 2 more. And I'm good, you know, to let that happen. It's just going to take a long time. But with the remaining 8, that's enough to do 6 to create 2 more blaze rods. I can do basic math! Wait a minute! If we do the 6 of those in here, we still have the 4 that we need to make the ender pouch. How about that? Shout out to all of my supporters on patreon.howdyfolks.net for teaching me how to do math over on the Patreon Discord. That never happened, but it could. You never know what could happen over there. It's a wild place. Mostly we talk about computer parts. We got one guy who's helping to master a song, though, and that's cool. So there are the 2 blaze rods, and now it's just a matter of piecing them all together with leather, ender pearls, wool, a couple of pieces of obsidian, wool, ender pearls, and a chest. Now, fortunately, we do have 2 pieces of obsidian. Wool, like I have said, is something we aren't hurting for. Ender pearls are something we might have a couple of, but I'm not even going to look. I'm not going to bother, because we can just make them. A chest is something I thought would be easy to find, but I can't. I'm sure there's probably one lying around here somewhere, but it's just as easy to make one. And then from there, we have... Oh, wait, does it actually have to be white wool for the recipe? I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Yeah, there you go. So the wool that you use here will determine the color of the wool on the ender chests. However, you can change them after the fact using dye, but the important thing to remember there is that... One moment, please. Do I have leather? I do. The important thing to remember is that you want the colors on the chest itself and on the pouch to match. That is actually vitally important. So there is our ender pouch, and now I'm a little bit concerned, because I was using these in the overworld to link together ender chests across the factory. It looks like purple, purple, purple is not in use. And yes, you can actually get that pedantic about it. I don't know if pedantic's the right word to use there, but I'm not going to be pedantic about whether or not pedantic is the right word to use. You can get as specific as you want here with color combinations. Purple, purple, purple now links this chest with any other triple purple chests or the triple purple ender pouch. I couldn't even say it once. Try saying it 3 times fast. Triple purple ender... triple purple ender pouch, triple purple ender pouch, triple purple ender pouch. I can kind of say it if I say it with a whole lot of intention, if I'm very focused on it. Or if I said it in an accent, triple purple... No, I can't. Okay, never mind. Ender chest. You can get a dye, and you can dye this to white, purple, purple, and it'll only match chests that are configured to white, purple, purple. How crazy is that? Now, what we can do here is what I was talking about earlier. If we're down in the mines, and we want to very quickly empty things out, we can... I gotta find all the pieces and put them together. Hold on just a second. Alright, so... the convoluted setup we're going to have now is we're going to have this alchemical chest with a hopper on top, and then finally the ender chest on top of that. So, when we throw things inside of here while we're down in the mines, they will automatically be exported via the hopper into the alchemical chest for long-term storage. This does also have a little bit of an inventory of its own. There are faster methods, particularly in this mod pack that we're using, for moving such things around. For example, if we just wanted to use the gravity pipe, I believe is what it's called, this thing is very fast and actually not difficult to build. from what I'm seeing here. So we might as well just go ahead and do that. I don't even know why I wasted my time outside of just forgetting how quick and easy it was to build the gravity pipe. This is so much quicker. It will require a couple of pieces of iron, but that's less than what was required for the hopper. Look, we'll find other uses for the hopper. It's not that big of a deal. There are some other things to keep in mind with the gravity pipe that might make it less than ideal. So, for example, if this chest is full, the great thing about the hopper is that it'll just stop putting items in there. The gravity pipe here, which, there we go, it won't do that. It'll just keep trying to send them, and if there's not room, they'll fall on the ground. But I'll show you what I mean. You can look over here at it, and you can see how just truly quickly it empties things out here, right? I'll just dump everything in there. And look how quickly it is zooming through them. Okay, well, something just happened there. Which is that the game... it got it done so fast that the game couldn't even keep up. So that's an option. I'm actually not going to, though, because the great thing about the hopper is, like I said before, it's not going to overflow. I am going to keep this with me, though. I don't know why. It's just a decision I've made, and you can't stop me. Now, the way I actually see myself using this is down here in the mines. So we've got our divining rod, and you know what? There's all of this coal right here by the entrance to the mines that we've never bothered to mine up, and today we are going to correct that mistake. It is a mistake on my part. We definitely should have been collecting all of this. It's going to be very helpful. But you know what? I really don't need... Like, maybe I do want to keep an eye on how much coal I've collected. Maybe I'm looking to get a certain amount, but I really don't need all of this cobblestone. We don't want to throw it away because we have found uses for it. In the past, we've been using it for expanding the size of our large furnace, for example, and we do also use it for filling in holes around here. But for right now, and I meant the smeltery, by the way, not the furnace, but for right now, let's just get rid of it. Don't want to deal with it right now. Toss it in there, we can go about our merry way. I think that's going to make mining down here a lot easier for me, alright? Like, normally I pass up things like this because it's not what I'm looking for and I've got a limited amount of storage space, but now, it's not that I can stop and get anything because it's not like I'm going to have to take multiple trips to empty things out of my inventory that I don't strictly need. I can just dump them, right? Like, I can take all of this and just dump it and then continue my operation. Until next time, thank you folks for watching, God bless you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!